Hi everyone, your teacher Nasser is here. Okay, as you know, today's session is about the Volcano Wakes Up unit. We didn't finish it. We still have to wrap up the whole story, then starting answer the questions in the activity book. Okay, so before we start answering the questions, let's start the session by introducing or showing some pictures from the eruption, from the horrible eruption of Mount St. Helens volcano, which was in 1980. Uh, as you can see in front of you, here we have the volcano in front of us. Here, this is called the crater. And this, what you can see in front of you, is called steam. And it's not just normal steam, there's a black cloud. And from the black cloud, we get the ash. So this happened, as I said, in 1980. To wrap it all up, Mount St. Helens, a volcano in Washington, erupted on May 18th, 1980. Before the eruption, scientists noticed signs that the volcano was becoming active, such as earthquakes and steam rising from its top. Then a huge explosion occurred, sending ash, rock, and gas into the air. The side of the volcano collapsed, creating a landslide, which was one of the largest in the history. A black cloud of ash spread across the sky, and ash rained down on the mountains and nearby areas. Forests were destroyed, rivers were clogged with mud, and wildlife was severely affected. Towns and roads around the volcano were also damaged. Eruption left behind a larger crater at the top of the mountain. This event taught scientists a lot about volcanoes, work, and how to predict future eruptions, helping them keep people safe. Mount St. Helens is still studied today as an important example of how powerful volcanoes can be. So, what you get from this passage that the volcano of Mount St. Helens is just not it's not just a normal volcano. It's one of the super volcanoes, one of the few super volcanoes around the world. Okay, so it's not just a normal volcano. It's just a super volcano. What else? Yeah, and the eruption caused a lot of things, caused a lot of consequences, like for example, burying the bridge. Remember the bridge connecting between two lands? The bridge was buried in mud and it was knocked down. A lot of things have been caused by this explosion. So people there back then, they had a crisis. Unfortunately, they had a crisis, yes. So let's go through the pictures that we have. This is the map. It shows you where we have the crater here in front of us here. This is the crater of the volcano, and this is it where all happened. This here in front of you. We can see the Tato River and how it affected. The bridge was somewhere here, okay? The bridge was somewhere here. So it was affected by the volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis. Okay, look here. Look at the volcano of Mount St. Helens. Look at the pictures. So look at this. This is a landslide caused by the volcano eruption. This happened after everything has been destroyed. Look at the logs, look at the trees, look at the wood on the river. Look how the car is buried under the ash. Look. Look how big the explosion was. Look, that will be it. That will be it. Okay, that's enough. So let's go through our activity book now, and let's answer some questions. But before that, let's revise something uh, about grammar, which is the adverbial of time. We have taken something which is called parts of speech. Parts of speech are very important parts of our life. Parts of speech is what creates English. Okay, we can formulate sentences using these. We have taken a lot of them. We now know that we have nouns and we have pronouns to replace the nouns. And we also have verbs, the action that happened in the sentence. And we also have things to describe the nouns, which is called the adjectives. And we have things to describe the verbs, which is called the adverbs. Now, the adverbs are divided. Most of the adverbs end with ly. We know that. For example, please drive slowly. Here, slow, we added to this to slow ly. Now, this is not an adjective anymore. It's an adverb because it described the verb drive. Drive the verb. And when you describe a verb, that word we call it adverb. So adverb, it is a word used to describe uh, to describe a verb. So when you want to describe a verb, you use an adverb. And most of the adverbs end with ly. But we also have adverb of places, all right, and adverbs of time. And usually adverb of time don't end with ly. I'm gonna show you. Look here. It's a word or a phrase. So adverbial of time can be one word or can be a phrase, a sentence or clause that acts as an adverb. What does it mean that acts as an adverb? It means it has the function of an adverb. What does that mean? It means it describes the verb, even though it's a phrase or maybe a word, but it describes the verb. It still do its job. It tells you when something happens. So, for example, when you ask when you ask using when, yesterday, today, tomorrow, now, in the afternoon, all of these green words are adverbs of time. For an hour, when you ask about how long something is, so you will say for an hour. And for an hour is an adverb too. All day time, all day, it's an adverb too. Since morning, since afternoon, whatever, it's an adverb too. And when you ask about how often something happens, you will use every day, twice a week, or twice a day, or twice a month, or whatever. Often. You can use usually also, you can use again and a week later. So this is a rapid revision that we have taken on the 26th of January. Adverbial of time. I want you to go through your activity books now. Let me look which page is it. Please go to page. It is page 97. 97. And to answer this page, you can do it by yourself, by the way. It's very easy. You can do it by yourself. The answer of this page, it's in your nonfiction book, the black book, on page 5. Volcano Space Wakes Up, page 5. Under the title "No Worries Yet." You will find the answers here. So, what was the question? Summarize what happened when the volcano started to erupt using the flow chart. The first box has been completed for you. Look here. What was the first sign? People noticed some small earth tremors. Look, if you read page 5, I flew to Mount St. Helens with me and my cameraman, Johnny, and started interviewing some local people. Most said they had noticed some small earth tremors. This is it. Now, what happened after? Flowchart. So, thing after another. What did people see next? What did they see next? Oh. So let's see. Let's continue reading on page 5. But they claimed but they claimed they weren't worried. I wasn't worried either until Johnny began filming from the helicopter. Look, he shouted. Suddenly, the mountain tops starting to bulge. So the people saw that the mountain. Also, let's say they saw the mountain tops bulging or starting to bulge. So they saw the mountain top starting to bulge. That's what they saw back then during that time. Then what happened? A week later, we flew over Mount St. Helens again. Now, long fissures were showing in its sides, with steam coming from them. A large crater had opened up, blasting out more steam. Then a black cloud appeared, dropping ash onto the mountainside. So when you come here to this question, what did the black cloud do? You will go to page 5 and you go to the last two lines. The black cloud appeared. So what happened? What did the black cloud do? It dropped. You have to do it in the past tense because the question asked in the past tense. It dropped ash onto the mountainside. Okay. What happened after that? What happened? What happened on the 10th of April? So go to page 6. Find 10th of April. Oh, let's look at the second paragraph. On 10th of April, a cloud of steam rose from Mount St. Helens. Write it down. A cloud of steam rose. Past the phrase from where? From Mount St. Helens. Okay? Okay. These are the answers. Now you can pause the video so you can write the answers. Don't take a long time to write them, okay? Now let's go to the next one. This page says, it's page 98. Imagine you are a reporter watching a volcano erupting from a helicopter. What can you smell, what touch, hear, and see? These skills, I told you about them when you write, we use them. For example, you will write it your way. The simple way to do this is you can say, I can smell the ash, maybe, for example. I can smell fire. Or you can say, for example, I can touch the camera, or I can touch the microphone because you are a reporter. You can touch the microphone, right? I can hear the helicopter, or you can say I can hear the earthquakes, or you can say that you saw something. You can say that I can see the mountain erupting or the volcano erupting. You can say this, all of this, you can write it by your own words. You can also be more advanced by writing the different words. Instead of using can, or you can write, I touched, for example, the question he asks you, yeah, you have to use can, but I always like flexibility. So if you want to write it in you like a story, you can say, I smelled uh, when I was with my cameraman in the helicopter. I touch the microphone and start talking about the volcano that I saw. Then all of a sudden I smelled an ash, and then I heard earthquakes. You can attach all these words together to write a description. Okay, do it your way. I will check it out when next time when I come to you. All right. So now I want you now to go to page 99. Page 99. Write notes in the spaces to show what you have learned about the eruption of Mount St. Helens. Here, it's an easy one. Don't you even think about it. It's very an easy one. Let's answer this by asking some questions. And the answers of these questions will be the answer. The first question, these four boxes. What caused the eruption of Mount St. Helens? I mean, what was responsible for this? I told you before when we made maybe you remember when we drew the volcano and they told you that there is magma and the magma made pressure and the pressure caused all of this explosions, all of these explosions, right? Yes. So the answer here is pressure. So you can write the eruption was caused by magma building up inside the volcano, which created pressure until it exploded. So you can say the uh, eruption, write with me, please. The eruption was caused by magma. And then the magma created pressure and all that sciencey stuff. Okay. So the eruption was caused by a magma. So if I ask you in the test and tell you what caused the eruption of Mount St. Helens, you're right. The eruption was caused by magma building up inside the volcano. Or you can just write by magma. Number in the second box, okay? When I'm gonna ask a question and try to answer it. When did Mount St. Helens erupt? I mean, when, WH question word, when, I'm asking about time here. When did Mount St. Helens erupt? Yes, it's true. Uh, the major eruption, the major one, it means the big one. The major eruption, the one that caused crisis, or the major eruption happened when? That's our question. The major eruption happened on May 18th, 1980. Another note to write is by answering this question, what happened during the eruption? Bravo. A huge explosion. A huge explosion. We know it's the meaning of explosion, like boom. That's the meaning of explosion. Huge explosion caused what? Caused ash. Mm-hmm. Gas, rocks, and rocks to shoot into the sky. Okay, okay. And the fourth box is to answer this question. Why is the eruption of Mount St. Helens important? It taught scientists more about how volcanoes work and how they predict the future eruptions to keep people safe. So this was uh, a big learning experience for the scientists. Now, I wanted to write something here. Using your notes. Write one true sentence about the eruption of Mount St. Helens and one untrue sentence challenge someone you know. So let's write the true one. And number two will be the untrue one. Untrue means false, okay? Untrue, what is it? Untrue. Untrue means false. And true means true. Okay? True means this, and untrue means false, okay? True means correct, and untrue means false. Okay? So here, look. Let's write something true. It was dangerous. True, not true? True. Or you can write the people ignored the first time. Yeah, that is true. Here, this is true, of course. Here, number two, I'm gonna write something untrue. Let's write it happened in 1880. No, Mr. False. It's not true. Untrue. It happened in 1980. Okay, this is how you make it. So you look at the notes and you create some words, some sentences here, and to have fun, One true, one untrue. Now, please go to the next page. Go to the next page. I believe it's page 100. So here we have adverbial of time. We revised them now. We know what are the adverbial of time. And we have to underline them here, okay? So we have to underline them. So what the question says? Adverbials of time help to make the order of events clear. Underline the adverbial of time in the text. So we have to underline them in the text, okay? So what I'm gonna do now, first I'm gonna just read it, and the second time I want you to, from the first time, I'm gonna read it, okay? And when I read it, I want you to underline where is the adverbial of time. All right. Here, a week later, we flew over mountain hills again. Now, long fissures were showing in its sides, with steam coming from them. A large crater had opened up, blasting out more steam. Then a black cloud appeared, dropping ash into the mountainside. So from this text, how many adverbial of times do we have? How many adverbials of time do you have here? Think about it. It is true. You have three. We have week later, we have again, and we have now. These three are the adverbial of time. Now, after we underline them, we go down here and we write our own sentences. Let's write the first one, which is a week later. A week later, notice here I'm writing, the one in red is adverbial of time. A week later. A week later is a phrase. Careful. A week later, we went back. We went back where? To the park. That is completely true. Now, let's write the second sentence. Look, I watch it. You can use another sentence, by the way. I'm using my own sentences. You can use your own sentences. Just use the week later in the right way, and again and now in the right way, okay? I watched the movie. I watched the movie again, again. Something repeated again. I watched the movie again because it was so exciting. Because it was what? So exciting. Three. Now, yes. Now what? Now is the last one. The weather. You know what's the meaning of weather, right? The weather is much warmer than it was last week. By the way, last week is also an adverbial of time. Mhm. Okay, right then. Pause. Right. Okay. Read the text and complete the activities. You have to do this at home, okay? After you read this, you find a and copy the word that means sudden fall of rocks, ice, or snow. Avalanche. Find and copy the words that show how big the disaster was. Look here. On the 18th of May, people heard a huge explosion. An avalanche of rocks and debris was sliding down on the side of the volcano. Then a massive cloud of ash and steam rose up from the peak of the volcano. This was followed by hot ash and rocks blasting into the air and falling into the slopes below. Forest fires started and lava flowed down the side of the volcano. The first one is avalanche. Find a couple of words that show how big the disaster was. You can say that huge explosion, huge, massive, right? And what else we have? Uh, blasting. These words that shows that we have a huge, big disaster, big crisis. How do you think people who lived near the volcano felt? What do you think here? Right? What do you think? It is for you, lads, for you, boys and girls. It is homework. It is out of three. Three questions? Quiz out of three homework, huh? Okay. This we will do this. Do this as homework too, okay? Because it's an easy one. Go to through your non-fiction books. You find these dates. These dates, okay? You find these dates, and I want you to write what you saw beside them. What happened on the 18th of May? What happened on the 20th of May? Here, write what happened. About the reports, I've managed to divide them, okay? So next time, I'll bring you to later. I will bring you the papers. So each and every one of you will take his or her report to do and to read. Okay. We will divide these reports for 10 of you. That will be it. Not 10 of you. No, no. There are 10 reports. And how many are you in the class? We have, let's say, we have 16. So I will divide them irregularly. One will take one, the other will take two, the other will take three. So each and every one of you will take these. Then you will I will make a I will do the presentation. Sorry, I will do the presentation. Where is it? Where's the app? Where is the app? Where is the app? So you see, these are the same here. The same as these. Same. So you study these at home and you come to school with me, you you present these, okay, on the board. So you look at the words, you explain them, what's their meaning, and you need to bring something like a drawing you drew at home, like a project you made. Okay? Thank you for listening, and until the next one.